What I've learned on both sides is that fundamentally Palestinians are human beings. Fundamentally, Israelis are human beings.
I've always known everyone has a story, but now I really understand everyone has a story.
I've had to find ways to step back and say, how do I love people, and what does this look like, and what does my life look like when I go back to California?
What if we could rediscover a lost art of friendship building and be a blessing to people here, and at the same time let that move us, let that change us, such that we return to the United States as different people living for the good of the world?
You know, this experience has changed the way I see people in terms of their humanity, and I think I have a kind of a better grasp on really how similar human beings are everywhere you go, even though our culture is so different from the cultures that we've been immersed in here.
Being a part of this project has shifted my perspective of how I lead in ministry, how I lead my family, how I lead in my community, and how I love my neighbors.
Take that back to my neighborhood and kind of maybe see who, the other is in my neighborhood, or what kind of injustice happens in my neighborhood.
It's a lot harder now for me to look at people and see them as the other, and see them as anything but a human being, and I hope that those values will inform life decisions.
So when our participants look into the eye of someone they'd already written off as being the other, they begin to see the face of Jesus. And when you encounter the face of Jesus, you can't help but be transformed, and you can't help but turn into someone that's seeking reconciliation.
If I'm to be a person of peace and hope and justice and restoration in my home, it's not like I'm going to kick down the doors of the justice of the peace and make everything perfect, but it's in the small things of where I buy my coffee, or who I hang out with, or how I choose to spend my time, and who I decide to love.
I think I come away from this trip believing more.
If I'm really going to seek out what it means to be a follower of Jesus, then I'm required to do something with the things that I've seen.
Please, God, don't let this be a moment in time that comes and passes away, but something that fully changes me for the rest of my life.